Thank you very much. You may be seated. Distinguished Vice Chancellor, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, Principal, Professor Dale Weber, other members on the platform, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, matriculants. Welcome to this matriculation and welcome ceremony for the UWI Mona campus of the University of the West Indies. Over the last week and a half or so, we have been engaged in a series of activities, different orientation, etc., designed to welcome you and to ease you in seamlessly into the university system. Today, we are at this matriculation ceremony, which is really, as it were, an initiation of all of you new students into the UWI Mona campus, recognizing that you have met the matriculation criteria to be part of this wonderful family that we call the UWI. You are beginning today a journey that will hopefully culminate in another such ceremony, probably more elaborate, that is called your graduation in a few years from now. And at that point, you would have joined the wonderful community of UWI graduates, a set of exclusive, if I may say, people who are characterized by a high level of knowledge that it would have been as a result of your rigorous academic preparation. A UWI graduate that is a critical thinker, that is committed and has a serious passion for nation building, for building our region. A graduate that is prepared to be different, to be innovative, and to be leaders in your respective spheres of endeavors. Welcome to this matriculation ceremony. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you the members on the platform. I'll start to my extreme left, and that would be Dean Mansing from the Faculty of Sports. Can you give him a hand, please? Representing the Faculty of Law, Rose Cameron. Give her a hand, please, Acting Dean. Representing the Faculty of Engineering, Adrian Lawrence, Dr. Adrian Lawrence. From the Faculty of Social Sciences, Professor David Tennant. From the Faculty of Science and Technology, Professor Michael Taylor. From the Faculty of Humanities and Education, I would not attempt the first name, but I'm sure the last name is Professor Wariboko. Of course, everyone knows our distinguished principal, Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal, Professor Dale Weber. I think you could give your principal a better round of applause than that. Our distinguished Vice Chancellor, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles. Our Deputy Principal, Professor Ian Boxill. University Registrar, Dr. Maurice Smith. Representing the alumni of the University of the West Indies, the President of the UWI Alumni Association, Mr. Dwayne Haynes. Please welcome him. Then we have the University Campus Librarian, Dr. Paulette Carr. Your own President of the Guild, Christina Williams. and by no means least, the head of the Office of Student Services, Mr. Jason Mackenzie. I want also to recognize among us members of the Council Corps, His Excellency Mrs. Elisif Autos from Belize, His Excellency Mr. Winston Bailey, Barbados, Her Excellency Ms. June Barbour from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and joining us by live stream are our students from Western Campus of the University of the West Indies, Mona. And if you are from the Western Campus and you are present here with us, can you stand and be recognized? You would have taken a tremendous journey to be here. We have nursing, thank you very much, nursing students from the Brownstone Community College, Excelsior Community College, and Knox Community College. If you are here, can you stand and be recognized? And of course, we have from the Manning School in Westmoreland, to Sharon Thorpe, Vice Principal, and teacher Jessica Davison. And of course, my friend, the Dean of Medical Sciences will forgive me. Let me introduce to you Dr. Tomlin Paul. And all our friends and well-wishers who are here today, too numerous to mention, welcome. At this time, may I now invite your Guild President, Ms. Christina Williams, to bring greetings.
Vice Chancellor, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, Principal, Professor Dale Weber, Campus Registrar, Dr. Donovan Stanberry, other distinguished members on the platform and in the audience, student leaders, and of course, all new students, good afternoon. It's always my pleasure to be given the opportunity to address my students. And today I was tasked with greeting you at your matriculation ceremony. When I Googled matriculation, it means the process by which a student enrolls in a school. But it alluded a lot to a process. You had to fit a particular criteria. You had to be enough. Whatever that list of things that the university set in order to be enrolled or in order to successfully matriculate. So it means already that you already considered enough to be here. But is it enough to be here to just matriculate and to say, I am now a first-year student at the University of the West Indies, whether you are at the main campus, Knox, Brownstone, at WJC? Is it enough that you're a matriculant? Is it enough that you're the top matriculant? Congratulations to that person. I asked that question, and I ask you to ask yourself that question because I want you to also feel that you're enough to get a good GPA. And that's 3.6 and above in order to get a first class honors. It's enough for you to get that good GPA and balance with whatever co-curricular activities that you wish to pursue during your first year. It's enough that while you're getting that good GPA and you're balancing that co-curricular activity, that you can have friends and that you can go out whatever goat you want to go to. Whether you want to go to integration that the Guild have, or you just want to go to a picnic or just sovereign or wherever with your friends. And while you're doing enough of getting that good GPA, balancing that co-curricular activity, having your friends, it's enough that you think that you're enough and that you deserve to be in this space. Because after this week, a lot of these events that you get to come and dress up in your black and white and feel special will end. And nobody will big you up in any more events. But what will keep you motivated? Orientation has ended, and some of the halls you're already matriculated as a Taylorite, as a Prestonite, as a Rexon. Forgive me, other halls, if I never call your name, I don't mean anything. As a Spartan, as the ABC hall looking at me side-eyed. And you're matriculated, and you keep going from stage to stage and step to step. But the very moment you begin to feel that that level is enough, is the very moment you won't be enough to be more than what you are now. And so as I end, I implore you to make the best first year possible. Some of us are in crit right now, and we already feel like say crit now go work out for this semester. Some of us is in a language course. I see my Chinese teacher right here, my Laoshi. Yes. And some of you already feel that you will not conquer that particular course. But guess what? You are enough to conquer that course. And some of you already feel as if the semester is going to end and you won't pay off that first semester tuition or that first semester hall fee. But I want you to believe in something greater than the fees, that you will be enough and you will find enough money to provide for that first semester. So, as you go through this year, if at any point you feel that you're not enough, feel free to come by the Students' Union. My office is there. You can come by, you can speak to me. I would give out my number, but I won't right now. But you can check out our Instagram page, and you can contact us, the Guild. We're always here to help you. But just remember that you're more than just a matriculant, but you're enough to be that first-class honors graduate, to be the top athlete, the top debater, the top whatever it is that you want to achieve, and that 3 years from now, 5 years from now, when you walk across this platform, they will salute you because you were more than just a matriculant, but you were enough to be an ideal UA graduate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christina. Give your president another round of applause. We have since been joined, and we welcome him, the Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Richard Bernal. Please give him a round of applause. A couple of days ago, at this very platform, the principal described himself as the embodiment of the UWI. I think that's a very appropriate description because he's in fact the embodiment of UWI for his entire adult life. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Pro Vice Chancellor and Principal, Professor Dale Weber.
Vice Chancellor, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, Deputy Principal, Professor Ian Boxill, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Campus Registrar, Deans, Directors, Heads of Departments, Director of Student Services and Development, all faculty here present, President of the Guild of Students, Christina Williams, and other student leaders, matriculating students, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare today. That's Malcolm X. And even then we realized that education was the most important tool that redefines who you are and who you are going to be. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you all to the University of the West Indies, the Mona campus, your place to shine for 71 years now and counting, and you're going to add your luster. We're happy that you've chosen to make the UWI your home for the next 3, 4, 5 years while you shine in your own way. Today marks a significant moment in your life and your academic journey. While I encourage you to revel in that and celebrate your achievement, I also want you to reflect on the fact that you share this occasion with many others, and there are others yet who would like to be where you are. 63% of CARICOM population comprises young people, and by young I mean under the age of 30, who therefore are individuals who are eager to grasp an education. Our reality in Jamaica is that you youth are the future, but you're also our present. Your holistic education and development, your safety, your security, your health, your innovation and creativity are the foundation on which we will continue to build our country, our region, and our world. Therefore, the significance of your presence here as first-year students goes far beyond your personal achievements, and many of you have achieved a lot. It goes beyond and extends to a national, a regional, and a global imperative. I encourage you to do the best that you can while you're here to be the success that you are and that you want to be. In the midst of this exuberance, however, we must take time to think about the challenges that we face in the region. We must remember in our hearts, our actions, and our thoughts, our friends and families in the Bahamas who are now confronted with the task of recovering from the ravages of Hurricane Dorian. This is just one of several stark reminders of the urgency within which we operate in our environmental challenges. We've never had the luxury of debating whether climate change is real or not. We leave that to other people. The tragedy, however, is that this comes on the heels of last year's tragedy, and the year before. There is a pattern developing. This is a norm. This is the new norm for which we must be prepared. Your sojourn at the University of the West Indies, regardless of what you do as your academic pursuit, must allow you to gain an environmental knowledge to be able to debate, articulate, and better yet, take part in how we move forward. Even as we advocate for your involvement in efforts to protect our beloved Caribbean, I encourage you to join in the movement to have a just and healthy society, since societal problems are often at the root of our difficulties that we face. To do this, your university has embarked on a plan driven by our Vice Chancellor, which we call the AAA plan. It's our strategic plan built on access, alignment, and agility. Access meaning more individuals need to access tertiary education as you have. But more industries and private sector and public sector also need to access the university's research, which increases our relevance and our importance. We must be more aligned so that we can do within the halls of the institution that which the wider world demands. We've stepped up to that challenge, and our third A for agility means that we need to do it in a more cohesive fashion and faster than before. You will hear that the wheels of the university turn very slowly, but it is our job to ensure that this moves further and further ahead, and we can do that in a better way. We frame it, therefore, within our core values of integrity, excellence, gender justice, diversity, and student-centeredness, because you are the ones that make the difference. For this upcoming academic year, the University of the West Indies has already enrolled 15,044 students, of which about 900 are from our Western Jamaica campus, and I pause to welcome those who visit us from the Western Jamaica campus because this is your other home, and we visit them often. I'll be there next week, and we can talk about issues. We, the University of the West Indies, viewed education as something for the entire country. We've just put a node in Western Jamaica campus so that we can reach you easier. We also have a node in the Bahamas, so we can do that as well. But as a university, we've reached even further, and just this week, we've opened yet a 5th campus of the university in Antigua. The University of the West Indies has been ranked in the top 5% of universities in the world, which means your degree is a top degree when you complete it, but you must complete it. I'm both elated and inspired to be at the helm of this institution at this time. I envisage that the UWI is here to make a difference, but we can only do it if we all work together. We have produced leaders in every aspect and every sphere of life. You are the leaders of tomorrow. You must hone those talents from today. It is up to you to look at the legacy that's gone before you, revel in it, and strengthen yourselves with the excellence that you must perform. You have come to the University of the West Indies at the right time. I challenge you to enlist in as many things as you can. This is the time to try things you've never tried before. This is the time to be who you've never tried to be before. Go beyond your comfort zone. The university continues to focus on our pursuit of excellence in teaching, research, and service to society. You take part in that, and we will all grow together. The graduation that you dream of looks far away, and there's much that will happen in between. I urge you not to be distracted by the things that are around you that do not focus on your time wisely. It's important that you invest time in the right things. Now is the time that you people call adulting. Nobody's going to force you to go to classes. Nobody's going to take a register to say you were or were not here, except in the examination. And that's where it's going to count. By the way, did you know that an examination is an opportunity to be egotistical without apology? It's your chance to show your examiners how much you know. Take advantage of that and show them how much you know. You will find information and knowledge here at the UWI. You need to seek it out and find more and more. Knowledge is new. Knowledge is created every day. The beauty of the UWI is that today's research by your faculty can be in tomorrow's lecture. If you're in another institution, which shall remain nameless, they have to wait for their research to find its way into a textbook 3 years later, which they will then read and then put in their lecture notes. So 6 years later, you're getting lectures from somebody who didn't even do the research. You are here. Grasp the opportunity to work with those who are at the cusp of research. Research makes the difference. You are here to learn from the best. You will find diverse views and opinions. Debate them. Don't just embrace them. Argue. Put out your views. You can only be wrong once. Thereafter, you are always going to be in a better place. You will find courses and programs which will excite you. You will find courses and programs which you absolutely hate. You're going to have to find a balance as to how you're going to negotiate them. You will find friendships. You will find partnerships. You will find opportunities that you've never seen before. But you will need to work at these friendships and partnerships. You will need to nurture them. They don't just come naturally. You will find pitfalls and you will find troubles. You will find difficulties and you will find hurdles. You need to work at them. You need to overcome them. Success is not how many times you fall, but how many times you decide to get up from that fall. We call it the N+1. You will find academic pursuits in any area that you wish. You need to try and excel. By excelling, I mean be your best self. Find yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to grow year by year. Avail yourselves of the myriad of opportunities that are here, not just in the classroom, but outside of the classroom. In spite of the limited resources that we have, we continue to try and deliver the best quality education to our students. We commit to be an ongoing and continuing adamant of efficiency and prudence for our growth. As students, you have a role to play in our success. Financial planning on your part means success on our part. We will help you with that financial planning since we are benefited as well. I congratulate you on making this important and bold step. We look forward to your successful journey. Our goal is to meet you where you are, wherever you are, to try and take you to where we all want you to go. Do your very best. Be the best that you can be. Do not compare yourself with others around you, but with the best self that you are. I declare that today's joy, in terms of your entry, will only be surpassed by your graduation joy, and in between, there will be a lot of mixed emotions. Take each day at a time, but remember, success is at your doorstep. You are in control of your destiny. Best wishes to you, matriculating class, and I look forward to coming to your graduation and sharing in that joy. You are our light rising from the west.
Thank you very much, Principal. We are now going to ask the President of the Guild to come forward and lead you in repeating the vow. Let me just verify. Everybody knows the vow? Has the vow? No? All right. If not, then I suppose Christina will have to say something like, repeat after me. So let us stand, everybody, while Christina leads us with the vow.
New students only. So as Dr. Stanbury said, you will repeat after me. I solemnly promise that as a member of the University of the West Indies, I will strive to follow the ideals of academic life, to love learning, to advance true knowledge, to show respect to the staff of the university and my fellow students, to lead a seamless life and set a worthy example of good behavior wherever I may be. That is your vow. Thank you so much. You may be seated.
Okay, give yourself a hand for that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is customary at these matriculation ceremonies to select one matriculant who would have achieved outstanding success so far in his or her academic life, principally through CAPE and CSEC results, etc., and performance in high school, to sign symbolically the Matriculation Register on your behalf. Before I introduce the matriculant for this year, I want to recognize and acknowledge the matriculants for the past 3 years. As I call your name, can you just stand and be recognized? And when the function finishes, you can talk to them and they will tell you how well they are doing. 2006, Mr. Niall Anderson, electronic engineering major. 2017, Mr. Rajiv Ram, third-year medical student. And last year, 2018, Mr. Eric Dixon, now a second-year medical student. And today, standing in the place that they would have stood in the last 3 years, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Dervan Jonathan Miller. May I invite Derman to join me on stage here? Derman is 19 years old. obviously is a male, and I'm happy for that. Give him a hand. He hails from the parish of Westmoreland, born in Savannah-Mar. I'm sure somewhere has a Clarendon connection. And he attended the Unity Primary School, and from then on to the Mannings High School. It is often said that 13 is a bad luck number, but it has really favored this young man because he has 13 C6 subjects. As well as 13 CAPE subjects. So any talk about 13 being bad luck is a myth. And he comes here today to join us at the UWI Mona, not in the Faculty of Medicine, Dr. Paul, but in the Faculty of Engineering. We would like to salute and acknowledge his parents, Miss Laurie Ann Bacchus. Can you stand, please? Give her a hand. Who must have been doing something good. And his grandfather, Mr. Eli Bacchus. Also here to share the occasion with Durvan are his cousins, Mr. Richard Bacchus, Leanna Grant, and Mrs. Harley Miller. It is now my pleasure, therefore, to invite Durvan to sign the Matriculation Register on behalf of you all. And we are going to ensure that Durvan doesn't leave empty-handed. So at this point, I would like to invite Mrs. Janet Grant from the Office of the Board of Undergraduate Studies to present to Durvan an open scholarship. Thank you very much, Durvan. Thank you very much, Mannings. Thank you very much, parents. Ladies and gentlemen, if the principal was the embodiment of UWI Mona, then I would like to think that our Vice Chancellor is the embodiment of the region. Please welcome our Vice Chancellor, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles.
Thank you, Registrar. Our very passionate principal, Professor Weber, Deputy Principal, Professor Boxall, Pro-Vice Chancellor Bernal, our University Registrar and our Campus Registrar, distinguished deans and other officials of the university, members of the Diplomatic Corps, our student leaders and all students, our matriculants, your friends and your families and supporters, very good afternoon, everyone. This is truly a magnificent moment. And it is your moment, this moment of matriculants. I am honored to be a part of it. And I thank you for the invitation to be here. We are celebrating your arrival within the context of the catastrophe that has taken place in our Caribbean community, the Bahamas. As we look towards your future with enthusiasm, we also have to send blessings and support to our Bahamas family with all of the enthusiasm and optimism that we are expressing this afternoon. Allow me to say a few words also about this moment, the anatomy of this moment. I can say a few things about it because we have been planning for you for many years. While you have been toiling in your schools and colleges, we have been planning for you. We have been anticipating and preparing for this welcoming moment. And we have been planning for you within the context of our current 5-year strategic plan, 2017 to 2022. Yes, we have been planning for you, and now you are here. This strategic plan is at once a strategy to enhance the reputation and the development of your university, and simultaneously a plan for the transformation of our Caribbean world. Universities are not funded to promote themselves and to celebrate themselves. They are funded and supported to advance the collective interests of entire nations, in our instance, the Caribbean people. This is why we are here, and this is why you are here. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the UWI system that has recently been inaugurated. Of course, in our common language, we make reference to UE and the UE. And when we speak of UE, we have historically spoken in the context of our 4 campuses. Our ancestral home here at Mona, where we came into being 71 years ago. And this campus spawned the St. Augustine campus and later the Cayfield campus. Now there is the open campus, and finally, we are now serving the people of the Eastern Caribbean islands, the OECS sub-region, with their own campus. UWI therefore has spread across this Caribbean, in the words of our first Chancellor, Princess Alice, like a warm blanket embracing everyone. UWI has been on the move, evolving onwards and upwards. But now we have a center in China, in Suzhou, where there are students studying software engineering. We have a center in Nigeria, in Lagos. We have a center in Johannesburg, South Africa. We have a center in New York, within the environment of SUNY, the State University of New York, where over 150 students are going to be pursuing this semester a postgraduate certificate in the leadership for climate smart studies. So we are now a global university. It is now a system made up of 5 campuses, 6 global centers, and now we are preparing to roll out UWI Global Online, where all our refined courses will be delivered globally to students all over the world. This is the UWI system that you have now become members of. And we have done this because we have sought to inculcate in your university a sense of activism, a sense of commitment to change and transformation. Our history, like the history of most nations, is characterized by a community of doers and a community of doubters. UWI is the place where we convert doers, where we convert doubters into doers. Those who will always say it cannot be done. It cannot be done because it is in the realm of the imagination. And then you have to domesticate what exists in the imagination into your reality. I believe this is the role and function of fine universities. And so you matriculants represent the mainstream of the doers of our societies. And we know this to be true because you are here having targeted this institution as your next step and having prepared yourself and pursued by action, focus, concerted action to be here. So you are quintessentially, you are doers. And I can say to you with confidence that the students in this university over the last 70 years have represented the engines of change and transformation that have driven this university onward decade by decade. It has been your criticisms, it has been your commitment to change, to say to your professors and your deans and your principals, why can't we not do it this way? Or we need more of this, we need more of that. It has been this history of student criticism that has created the engine for change and transformation. We need the activation of your consciousness and of your critical consciousness. Without it, we will be flat. We will not change. We will not progress. We need to have your mind fully engaged in all of its critical dimensions. You have heard that we are recognized globally as a fine institution. There are over 200 registered universities in this Caribbean. Cuba, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Costa Rica, Panama, down through the Guyanas, Suriname, and up through the islands. Up through the islands, the smaller islands, the bigger islands, the archipelagos. And to be the #1 university in this region is a phenomenal achievement, but it is an achievement driven principally by you matriculants who became fully engaged students, who became graduates, who became alumni, who became professors, who became doctors, politicians, all of you becoming all of the things that you wanted to be, that have created the ecosystem for this university to be the finest. So you are the owners. You are the owners of this excellence. But sadly, you are a very small minority. This region is in imminent danger in terms of its development. Only 20% of all of the young people in the Caribbean, 20%, go on to universities and colleges. It is tragically low. In North America, it is 60% and rising. In Latin America, it is 40% and rising. We are just under 20%, and that under 20% might in fact be shrinking. So you are the doers in that group of youth who have come forward. And I would say to matriculants year after year, look back and say to your friends, each one brings one. We need more. We need much, much more. Our role is to ensure that your university is not only excellent, but that it is ethical and efficient. Those are the criteria of a fine university: excellent, ethical, and efficient. Just this afternoon, Education Minister Samuda presented a strategy to offer scholarships to twice as many medical students at Mona as before. And the thrust of his logic was clear. The working class people of this country, the families that have been historically disadvantaged, that these families too must produce doctors in Jamaica. And so he has targeted those students from historically challenged material environments, families that have hitherto had no graduates, have not had secure financial infrastructures, to provide them with access to medicine, one of our finest disciplines in our university. That is a part of the ethical university in action. We have just completed a retreat of the senior management in which we focus on the financial efficiency of this university. We focus on strategies to ensure that every cent that is spent in this university is spent efficiently and within the context of the strategic outcomes of this university. And how blessed we were to have our new University Registrar, Dr. Smith, who made it very clear that since over 70% of the cost of this university is tied up in staff costs across our campuses, every cent must count. And in fact, we must suppress and diminish those expenditures by developing more efficient ways of doing our business. This is your university, and your student leaders will be members of the finance committees of this university, and you will bring your voice to those conversations about efficiency, effectiveness, and excellence. And so I welcome you, matriculants. I welcome you with blessings. Very good luck to each and every one of you, and please take ownership, take possession of your university and treat it as your very own. It is now my honor to read the statement of recognition. Thank you. As the Vice Chancellor and officer of the university, vested under Statute 5 with the authority to exercise general and specific supervision over the educational arrangements of the university, including authority for the admission of students, I am pleased to recognize all students admitted at the Mona campus to read for undergraduate degrees as duly matriculated, and all those admitted to read for undergraduate diplomas and certificates as having satisfied the relevant statutory requirements. I welcome all of you into the academic community of the University of the West Indies and wish for you every success. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Give the Vice Chancellor another round of applause, please. It is now my pleasure to invite the President of the UWI Alumni Association, the Jamaican chapter, Mr. Dwayne Haynes, to deliver a message to the new students. Please welcome him.
Vice Chancellor, Professor Sir Hilary Beckles, University Registrar, Principal of the Mona campus, Professor Weber, Campus Registrar, Deans, university colleagues, alumni, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, all new students, good afternoon. I am honored to have been asked to bring greetings to our new students, our future alumni and graduates of the UWI. This function is significant as it facilitates the UWI's official welcome to the Caribbean's brightest minds, the future movers and shakers and architects of tomorrow's society. Today we celebrate the beginning of your journey here at the UWI. The UWI marks a new chapter in the story of your life. The preceding chapters were written by your parents, guardians, teachers, and the like. Now you will be the principal author of the next chapter. You will determine the direction and tempo of your story. Your journey may be challenging, however, it also promises to be an exciting and a truly empowering one. At the UWI, you will have the opportunity to interact with and make new lifetime friends from across the Caribbean. However, I urge you to become involved in the campus life and its many activities, which will undoubtedly add an unforgettable flavor to the chapter of your life. Please remember that your university experience will be exactly what you make it. Both your journey and destination in life will be determined by your mindset, discipline, and determination. You are the architect of your destiny. Consequently, I encourage you all to take advantage of the Alumni Association's many programs, opportunities, and initiatives, such as our Pelican Perks Advantage program, which offers discounts and Pelican Perks to all students, our First Impression program, our online soft skills and life skills series, which begins on September 19, and will provide you with additional expert advice from our excellent speakers and e-mentors on how you can round out your UE experience. The recent devastation of our fellow Caribbean neighbor, the Bahamas, due to Hurricane Dorian is another compelling reminder of our region's vulnerability to the imminent threat of climate change. It is with this in mind that I encourage all students to add their voice to the important international call for serious and urgent action by joining our USTAT ambassadors and becoming a part of their climate change advocacy network. On another note, supporting you is central to our mission. Therefore, I encourage you all to engage the Alumni Association by inviting us to support your events, expos, and sporting activities so that we can help you to make your UE experience a great and memorable one. Welcome to the 2019-2020 academic year, and welcome to the UE family. One UE, one alumni family. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Haynes. We are now going to have representatives who have been so designated to come forward to light the candle, country representatives from all the countries that are part of the UWI system. Come forward and light the candles. And may this flame of excellence never be extinguished. Give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. And we hope that you use these lighters for nothing else. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to invite the internationally acclaimed university singers to lead us in a performance. At the end of their performance, they will also lead us in the singing of the university song. And for that, you can look out on your screens for the words of the song. Before they start, it is now common knowledge that we have lost the former director of the University Singers, Mr. Noel Dexter, and I think perhaps it's an appropriate juncture just to stand and observe a moment of silence in his memory. May his soul rest in peace. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the University Singers.
and I cannot afford. We put down the burden alongside the road. Oh, I've got to hold it. I've got to humble myself like a child. Up on my face, I got to put on a smile. Make up my mind just to walk more miles. Oh Lord, I got to, because I know now it's not an easy road. And many see the glamour and the glitter, so them think a better road. We say, who feels it knows? Ooh, Lord help me sustain these blows. I cry, it's not an easy road. It's not an easy road. Who feels it knows? It's not an easy road. It's not an easy road.
Let's hear it again for the University Singers. I take it that we are ready now for the university song. Is that correct? Okay, so let us have the words on the screen. Of course, it is the university choir that will lead that. Oh, it's on the back of your thing too, right? All right. When you're ready, guys. So we stand for the singing of the university anthem.
From Caribbean islands, Guyana and Belize was born on University of the West Indies. For love or oneness or strength to shape our destiny, to follow after knowledge, the truth to seek and find, to teach us love and justice, to liberate the mind. Today we see you rising, a light out of the west, that guides the feet of all who seek the noblest and the best. There is a light that is rising from out of the west, and proud bearers of that light are we. So we follow those whose work has brought glory to your name, making a better world for you and for me. As from your noble portals your sons and daughters go to face a world of challenges, to conquer every foe, we'll work and play together, and as time marches on, we'll never forget the lesson that the whole we are one. UWI, we praise you, we lift our voice in song, we let our big drums roll loud and steel pans ping ping pong, for you have shaped our lives so that we can truly say, to you we owe our gratitude, a debt we can repay. There is a light that is rising from out of our west, and proud bearers of that light are we. So we follow those whose work has brought glory to your name, making a better world for you and for me. This is our University of the West Indies.
Wonderful. Give yourself another round of applause. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of this ceremony. This, I hope, Vice Chancellor, is an example of the efficiency you spoke about, short to the point, without compromising quality. It was good for us to be here today. This is your start, and as one Russian proverb said, a good beginning is half the work done. We look forward to seeing you at your graduation at the end of the journey. Thank you. God bless you. Please remain standing while the platform party exits and the academic procession. Thank you very much and have a good evening.